49ers faithful. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. The NFL world is buzzing tonight with whispers that could shake the San Francisco 49ers locker room to its very core. Sources close to the team suggest that wide receiver Brandon AIYUK has been quietly labeled a disruptive presence by some inside the organization. Imagine the tension that must be brewing when a player who once showed such explosive talent on the field is suddenly being whispered about as contaminating the group. Could this be the result of a clash of personalities, or are we seeing the fallout from deeper philosophical differences with the coaching staff? Rumors indicate that the head coach himself has allegedly expressed frustration with AIYUK's influence on younger players, hinting that his attitude or approach during practices might not align with the team's core values. Fans are left questioning if this is just a heated moment blown out of proportion or the beginning of a more permanent rift. Analysts are speculating whether such statements, if true, could affect trade value or even locker room morale. One can only imagine the conversations happening behind closed doors, with team captains possibly caught between loyalty to a teammate and adherence to coaching directives. The implications for team cohesion, playoff ambitions, and even media narratives are enormous, and the NFL community is holding its breath for the next official word. Adding fuel to the fire, insiders are hinting that tensions have been simmering for months, with AIYUK's teammates noticing subtle signs of friction during team meetings and film sessions. Reports suggest that the players' passion and confidence on the field, once celebrated, might now be interpreted as arrogance or self-interest by certain staff members. Could this perceived contamination be linked to a broader debate over leadership styles within the 49ers? Some speculate that the coaching staff, trying to instill discipline and a unified mentality, might view AIYUK's outspoken nature as a threat to team culture. Meanwhile, fans on social media have started dissecting every interaction, every sideline gesture, and even every post-game interview, searching for hints that this rumor could be true. There is also chatter about whether the team's star quarterback has weighed in on the situation, possibly attempting to mediate or assert influence over locker room dynamics. In such a tightly knit environment, even minor frictions can escalate, and one can only wonder how far-reaching the consequences might be. Could this tension affect upcoming games, or even the team's strategy on crucial plays? The speculation is palpable, with insiders unwilling to dismiss the possibility that this could mark a turning point for both AIYUK and the 49ers. Sources suggest that meetings between AIYUK and the coaching staff have reportedly become increasingly tense, with both sides allegedly standing firm on their positions. Imagine the pressure in a room where talent, ego, and expectations collide. Every word weighed, every gesture scrutinized. Rumors hint that AIYUK may have been warned about the perceived negative influence. Yet there are claims that the player remains unapologetic, insisting that his style is meant to motivate rather than divide. Analysts and former players are now weighing in, speculating whether such standoffs are common in high-stakes locker rooms, or if this situation represents something more serious. Fans are left wondering if the team could seek a trade or if the coach might double down on disciplinary measures. Could this narrative spiral into a full-blown media storm, affecting ticket sales, sponsorships, or even draft strategies? The idea of a contaminated locker room is dramatic, but insiders insist that every elite organization faces its internal battles, and how they resolve them often defines their season. Some speculate that the tension could be a test of character, both for AIYUK as a player and for the 49ers as an institution striving to balance talent with harmony. Meanwhile, the rumor mill continues to churn, leaving fans on edge and analysts hungry for the next update. Speculation is also mounting about the reactions of other key players in the 49ers roster, with some reports suggesting that teammates may be quietly taking sides. Could this create a subtle divide between veterans and rising stars, further complicating locker room chemistry? Insiders are indicating that meetings intended for strategy might now carry an undercurrent of tension, with subtle glances, half-words, and unspoken alliances becoming part of the team's unpublicized narrative. Fans are captivated by the drama, analyzing game footage for signs of friction, wondering if dropped passes or frustrated gestures might be linked to internal discord rather than on-field circumstances. Could this simmering tension impact critical moments in upcoming matches, when split-second coordination and trust are vital? Analysts speculate that the coaching staff might be forced to choose between asserting authority and maintaining team unity, a delicate balancing act that could have repercussions far beyond the current season. The media, of course, is relishing every hint of controversy, painting a picture of a locker room on the edge, while social media platforms amplify every whispered rumor. Could the contamination label be a strategic move to motivate AIYUK or even provoke him in a higher performance? Or is it truly a sign of irreconcilable differences? The uncertainty surrounding the situation only heightens the drama, with every insider tip treated as a potential revelation. Whispers from the league suggest that AIYUK's perceived attitude problems might also be magnified by recent team dynamics, including the integration of new players and evolving offensive strategies. Could it be that his style clashes with the current vision of the coaching staff, or are we witnessing a more personal clash of philosophies? Analysts are debating whether this is a temporary bump in the road or a deeper rift that could force the organization to make difficult decisions, including potential trades or roster adjustments. Fans are torn, some defending AIYUK's talent and flair, others echoing the coach's alleged concerns about his influence on team culture. The rumor mill is ablaze with conjecture about whether other star players might be involved in mediating the situation, or if whispers of a locker room split are exaggerated for dramatic effect. Social media engagement has surged, with followers dissecting every word from press conferences and interviews, searching for hidden meanings or confirmations. Could this tension ultimately serve as a catalyst for AIYUK to reinvent his approach, or will it mark a pivotal moment in his career trajectory? Industry insiders suggest that the resolution of this rumored conflict may shape not only the 49ers season, but also the public perception of their leadership and strategic direction. Fans and commentators alike are on high alert, awaiting any concrete signal that confirms or dispels the swirling rumors surrounding AIYUK and the team's internal dynamics. Rumors indicate that there may have been off-field incidents contributing to the coach's alleged frustration, though specifics remain unconfirmed and murky. Some speculate about heated exchanges during film review sessions or disagreements on practice approaches, while others suggest subtler issues, such as locker room influence or communication style. The uncertainty surrounding these potential incidents fuels speculation, leaving fans and pundits alike to imagine what might have occurred behind closed doors. Could this perception of contamination be amplified by the intensity of playoff expectations, or is it part of a longer-term pattern that has finally reached public attention? Analysts are now debating how such a dynamic might affect AIYUK's focus, motivation, and ultimately performance in critical games. Social media chatter is increasingly focused on potential consequences, with some predicting trade scenarios and others warning of possible impacts on team cohesion. The narrative has become layered, with multiple storylines intersecting: player behavior, coaching philosophy, locker room hierarchy, and media framing all intertwining. Could this situation become a defining moment for both the player and the team, or is it destined to fade into the background after a few high-stakes games? Speculation continues to mount, with insiders offering tantalizing hints but no definitive answers, leaving the NFL world eager for the next development in what could become one of the most intriguing saga of the season. Adding to the intrigue, rumors suggest that external influences, such as media coverage and fan sentiment, may be intensifying the pressure on the 49ers organization. Could the perception of AIYUK as a disruptive force be partly shaped by sensational reporting, or is it grounded in genuine internal concerns? Analysts speculate that the team may be navigating a complex web of public image, internal discipline, and long-term strategy, making every decision fraught with consequence. Fans are watching closely, dissecting each interview, social media post, and press conference, hoping to decode signs of reconciliation or further tension. Some speculate that this rumored friction could spur AIYUK to new levels of determination and performance, while others worry it may lead to a breakdown in communication or coordination on the field. The interplay between rumor, reality, and perception creates a dramatic narrative that captivates audiences far beyond San Francisco, turning every game into a potential chapter in this unfolding story. Could the 49ers management be leveraging these whispers strategically, or are they scrambling to contain an internal conflict that has grown beyond their control? The story remains tantalizingly unresolved, ensuring that speculation, debate, and intrigue will continue to dominate conversations around the team in the coming weeks. Finally, whispers suggest that Brandon AIYUK's future with the 49ers might hinge on how both sides navigate this rumored conflict. Will the player adjust his approach to align with coaching expectations, or will the team decide that parting ways is the only solution to preserve locker room harmony? Analysts speculate that this potential crossroads could have ripple effects on contract negotiations, roster strategy, and the team's public image. Fans are left to ponder the balance between talent, temperament, and teamwork, wondering if a superstar's flair for the dramatic might ultimately clash with the disciplined culture necessary for championship aspirations. Could this situation become a case study in leadership, conflict resolution, and the pressures faced by high-profile athletes, or is it simply a sensationalized story amplified by rumor and speculation? Every sideline glance, every practice interaction, and every interview now carries added weight, with observers eager to detect clues about the unfolding drama. The NFL world remains captivated, hanging on every new development, while insiders continue to tease possibilities, ensuring that the narrative surrounding AIYUK and the 49ers remains as electrifying as it is uncertain. The tension, uncertainty, and intrigue surrounding this saga show no signs of abating, leaving everyone to wonder just how this rumored contamination might redefine the team's season, the player's career, and the broader conversation about talent, leadership, and locker room dynamics in professional football. Whispers from inside the 49ers organization suggest that Brandon AIYUK's relationship with the coaching staff could be more complex than it appears on the surface, hinting at possible clashes over team philosophy and personal accountability. Sources claim that the player's intense competitiveness and expressive personality, once celebrated as markers of leadership and energy, might now be viewed through a different lens by the head coach and certain staff members. Could this be a matter of perception, or are deeper philosophical differences truly at play? Analysts are speculating that this tension could influence everything from practice dynamics to game day decision-making, as subtle shifts in attitude and communication ripple through the locker room. Fans are intensely dissecting each media appearance, every sideline gesture, and even social media posts for signs of reconciliation or escalation. The rumor mill suggests that other veteran players might be stepping in quietly, attempting to mediate, yet their interventions could be complicating matters further. Could AIYUK's flair for spontaneity and unconventional behavior be challenging a coaching staff determined to enforce discipline, structure, and unity? The intrigue lies not just in potential consequences on the field, but in the human drama unfolding behind the scenes, where every decision, comment, and glance could signal the next chapter in this increasingly complicated narrative. Reports hint that the tension surrounding AIYUK might also be exacerbated by the team's evolving roster and offensive strategy, which some insiders suggest could be creating friction points between established stars and emerging talents. Speculation has grown that AIYUK's influence, once celebrated as a source of energy and innovation, may now be seen as disruptive to team cohesion, particularly if younger players begin to adopt his approach in ways perceived as challenging authority. Analysts are debating whether the so-called contamination is a short-term issue or a reflection of deeper structural concerns within the organization, including leadership hierarchy and communication style. Fans are dissecting every press conference and game moment for signs that the rumor could be rooted in reality or whether it is exaggerated by media amplification and social media speculation. Could AIYUK's competitive fire, previously an asset, now be a double-edged sword in a locker room focused on discipline and championship aspirations? Rumors suggest that the coaching staff may be weighing options ranging from targeted guidance to more severe disciplinary action, leaving fans and commentators on edge. The stakes are high. Internal discord could impact performance, morale, and even long-term franchise strategy, turning whispers into potential headlines that may redefine perceptions of both player and team. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Some sources imply that the rumored friction may not be entirely negative, suggesting that internal debate could catalyze growth for both AIYUK and the 49ers organization. Analysts are exploring the idea that tension, when managed correctly, can sharpen focus, inspire innovation, and even strengthen bonds within a team once resolved. Yet the uncertainty surrounding the situation continues to fuel speculation, as insiders debate whether AIYUK's attitude reflects a temporary lapse or a pattern that could have longer-term implications. Fans remain captivated, sifting through every interview, tweet, and post-game comment for clues that might confirm or deny the circulating rumors. Could the player leverage this tension to elevate his game, proving critics wrong while simultaneously reaffirming his value to the franchise? Alternatively, if the rift persists, it could create subtle but meaningful disruptions, from locker room dynamics to on-field execution during critical moments. Some speculate that team leadership might be using this as an opportunity to assert authority, reinforce expectations, and test the resilience of their roster, while others suggest it could escalate into a public narrative with consequences for contracts, trades, and fan perception. Regardless, the rumor itself has already reshaped conversations, ensuring that the focus on AIYUK extends far beyond his on-field performance. Industry insiders are also hinting that this rumored conflict might be shaping the narrative around the 49ers' broader season strategy, potentially influencing coaching decisions, draft planning, and even media relations. Speculation suggests that if AIYUK's influence is viewed as a destabilizing factor, it could accelerate evaluations of team leadership, prompting discussions about how to balance raw talent with cultural cohesion. Fans are now actively debating the implications, with social media amplifying every nuance, gesture, or comment from players and coaches alike. Could AIYUK's presence continue to energize the team while simultaneously introducing subtle risks? Or is the alleged disruption significant enough to warrant changes in how the organization operates? Analysts are offering varied perspectives, some highlighting the potential for conflict to inspire improvement, while others caution that unresolved tension can erode trust, coordination, and morale over time. The rumor has already sparked a wave of commentary, with experts speculating about possible outcomes ranging from reconciliations to dramatic roster moves. This narrative raises questions not just about AIYUK's performance, but about the delicate balance between talent, personality, and leadership in a high-stakes professional environment. Every game, practice, and interaction is now viewed through a lens of intrigue, adding layers of complexity to what might otherwise be straightforward football analysis. Some reports suggest that the alleged tension could have indirect effects on team culture, influencing interactions, communication patterns, and even training routines. Speculators argue that a perceived contaminating influence might subtly shift the behavior of teammates, particularly younger or impressionable players seeking guidance and modeling themselves after more experienced stars. Analysts are debating whether this type of dynamic is a temporary challenge that can be managed through mentorship and coaching, or a persistent issue that could escalate if not addressed strategically. Fans are closely monitoring sideline behavior, pre-game routines, and post-game commentary, attempting to decipher the implications of subtle gestures or body language. Could AIYUK's approach, while controversial, inspire creativity and assertiveness among teammates, or might it foster division and uncertainty in high-pressure situations? Rumors indicate that the coaching staff may be balancing a complex calculus: how to maintain authority, uphold team values, and preserve player morale while capitalizing on the talent of a dynamic but potentially polarizing player. Social media continues to magnify every nuance, feeding speculation and heightening anticipation about possible resolutions or future developments. The situation remains delicate, teetering between opportunity and risk, with every rumor acting as a catalyst for further debate about culture, discipline, and performance in one of the NFL's most closely watched franchises. Speculation is also emerging around potential trade scenarios, with insiders hinting that the team may be evaluating options quietly, weighing the benefits of retaining AIYUK's on-field talent against the perceived risks to team cohesion. Analysts are exploring whether a move could reshape the roster, shift leadership dynamics, or alter strategic approaches for the rest of the season. Fans are already imagining the domino effect such a trade could trigger, from locker room morale to media coverage, creating endless possibilities for headlines and online debate. Could this rumored tension motivate AIYUK to elevate his game and prove skeptics wrong, or might it signal the beginning of a transitional period for the 49ers roster planning? Insider chatter suggests that both sides are likely measuring the stakes, considering not just immediate performance, but also long-term implications for contracts, leadership structure, and public perception. Analysts are split, some seeing opportunity in the potential shakeup, while others warn that even minor disruptions could cascade into unintended consequences on and off the field. The narrative remains electric, fueled by speculation, rumor, and insider hints, keeping fans, commentators, and sports executives alike captivated by the unfolding drama. Every rumor, every report, and every small detail becomes fodder for a conversation that shows no signs of slowing down. Adding another layer to the speculation, some insiders suggest that media scrutiny itself might be amplifying the perception of conflict, with every story, highlight, or interview adding weight to the rumor of a contaminated locker room. Analysts are debating whether this pressure could influence decision-making, performance, and interpersonal dynamics, making it difficult to distinguish between genuine internal friction and narrative-driven exaggeration. Fans are dissecting every detail, from social media posts to press conference nuances, searching for hidden clues that might confirm or debunk the circulating rumors. Could external attention actually be shaping the outcome, forcing the team or player to act differently than they otherwise might? Some speculate that this phenomenon might motivate AIYUK to prove his value, while others warn that public scrutiny could exacerbate tension and disrupt team focus. The narrative itself has become a powerful force, influencing perception, speculation, and even potential strategy decisions, demonstrating the interplay between rumor, reality, and media in shaping modern sports discourse. Observers continue to monitor developments closely, aware that the next rumor or insider hint could dramatically shift the story, keeping the saga alive in the public imagination and ensuring that the intrigue surrounding AIYUK and the 49ers persists. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.